When teenagers are in unhealthy relationships, how to support your child. As our children enter adolescence, they begin to explore the world of friendships and romantic relationships. This is a natural part of growing up, but sometimes, these relationships can become unhealthy or even toxic. As parents, we may feel worried and confused, unsure of how to help without hurting our child or damaging our parent-child relationship. Today, we'll explore the signs of an unhealthy relationship, the impact it can have on our children, and most importantly, how we can support them in an effective and loving way. Before diving into the details, let's take a look at the main points we'll cover. First, we'll understand what an unhealthy relationship looks like and the warning signs parents can watch for. Then, we'll examine the negative effects these relationships can have on a child's health and development. Finally, we'll explore specific steps parents can take to help their child navigate these difficult situations. What is an unhealthy relationship? Let's begin by understanding what an unhealthy relationship is. Simply put, it's when your child doesn't feel respected, valued, or treated equally in a relationship. It could involve being treated unfairly, controlled, or even emotionally, physically, or sexually abused. At this age, teenagers often lack the experience to recognize unhealthy dynamics right away. Sometimes, they may even misinterpret warning signs. For instance, if a boyfriend or girlfriend is overly jealous or constantly texting to ask where they are, your teen might think that's a sign of love. In reality, that could be a sign of control, the beginning of a toxic relationship. Unhealthy behaviors often start small and become more serious over time. For example, at first, the other person may just ask where your child is, what they're doing, and who they're with. It may seem like care and attention, but gradually it can turn into controlling behavior, isolating your child from family and friends. So, what signs can parents look out for? Here are some specific indicators of an unhealthy relationship. The other person tries to control your child, prevents them from seeing family or friends, or wants to know every detail about where they go and who they meet. They frequently blame your child for everything and use degrading language like, "It's all your fault," or "You're useless." They manipulate your child emotionally by making threats, such as, "If you don't do this, I'll ruin your reputation." They yell, insult, or belittle your child. They use physical violence, even something like grabbing your child's arm or shaking them during arguments. They pressure your child into unwanted sexual activities. They monitor your child's messages or social media, or repeatedly harass them. They show a lack of respect, frequently breaking promises, lying, or abandoning your child. It's important to remember that there is no excuse for disrespect or abuse, not emotions, family circumstances, or the other person's past. The impact of unhealthy relationships on teenagers. Next, let's look at the effects an unhealthy relationship can have on your child. When teens are trapped in these relationships, their health and development can be seriously affected, not just emotionally, but also physically and in their daily lives. Parents may notice noticeable changes, such as changes in eating or sleeping habits. Your child may have trouble sleeping, experience nightmares, or suddenly eat much less or much more. Frequent feelings of sadness, anxiety, or even hopelessness. Low self-esteem, saying things like, "I'm worthless," and always giving in to avoid conflict. Withdrawing from family and friends, no longer enjoying social activities, and preferring to be alone in their room. Turning to alcohol or substances as a way to cope with negative emotions. These effects don't just hurt your child in the moment. They can also have long-term consequences for your child's social development and academic life. That's why it's crucial for parents to recognize the signs and take timely action. How can parents support their child in an unhealthy relationship? Now, We come to the most important part. What can parents do to help? When you realize your child is in an unhealthy relationship, it's natural to feel alarmed. But avoid rushing to criticize or force your child to break it off. That could push them further away. Instead, approach them gently and with love. Here are some steps you can try. Start with a conversation. Choose a quiet moment when both you and your child are relaxed. Let them know you care and are ready to listen without judgment. Encourage them to share their feelings. Ask questions like, "How do you feel when you're with this person?" Or, "How do you feel when they do that?" These questions help them reflect and express their true emotions. Discuss options with your child. Ask them what staying or leaving might mean. For example, if you stay in this relationship, what do you think will happen? Or, if you end it, how would you feel? Ask what kind of help they need from you. Let your child know you're always here to support them. And ask what they would like you to do. If your child doesn't want to talk to you, suggest speaking with another trusted adult, an aunt, uncle, grandparent, or a close family friend. Most importantly, be patient. Don't pressure your child to make an immediate decision. Let them feel your constant love, support, and presence. Final thoughts. In conclusion, when teenagers find themselves in unhealthy relationships, it can be a difficult and painful experience, but not without hope. With care, empathy, and the right guidance, you can help your child overcome these challenges and learn to build healthier relationships in the future. Thank you for listening, and I hope these insights help you feel more confident as you walk alongside your child.